Next, we have Sammy, who's going to share her own personal story about her abortion. She also participated here in 1989 in the first pro-choice civil disobedience. So give it up for Sammy.
I'll hold your bag. Oh, yeah. Oops. Thank you. I had an illegal abortion in 1969. I come from a small town. I was in a small college. How could I find someone to perform an illegal abortion? There were networks, but I didn't know about them. One friend told me not to hurt myself. No pills, no bleach, no knitting needles, etc. I hadn't even known about self-abortions, but that really scared me. My friends found an old GP in a nearby town whose clientele had declined. I think he was an alcoholic. He kept me waiting until the last and told the receptionist she could leave. When he asked me when my last period was, I lied, so it wouldn't seem too late in the pregnancy, because I was afraid he wouldn't do it. I was lucky that he didn't demand any sexual favors or extra money. He did his thing with a cigarette hanging off of between his lips, and the ash kept getting longer and longer. I focused on it because I thought the ash was going to fall into my vagina. Sorry. For aftercare, he handed me a few tissues and said, "Put this in your panties." Nothing else. I went back to school and started running a high temperature. Every time I stood up, I whooshed blood. My roommates took me to a doctor who told me that I was stupid. My tubes were probably scarred and I would not be able to have a baby. All without an examination. And by the way, I have a lovely son, so who's stupid, Doc? Turns out I had the flu during a flu epidemic. When I returned home a week later, I was reading the morning paper, and there was my abortionist on page 3, charged with murder. He perforated a woman's uterus while helping her. That could have been me. That could have been me. No one should have to go through that, or worse, die for lack of a safe abortion care. In the late 1980s, I joined every coalition in New York City I could find to fight Operation Rescue, which, as Merle was saying, was trying to shut down clinics by having hundreds and hundreds of people block doorways. In 1989, I stood here with Merle Hoffman in front of St. Patrick's in civil disobedience. We posted our theses on the cathedral door. Later that year, I and 3 others disrupted the U.S. Supreme Court. We were sentenced to 4 days in jail, and some people before I was speaking was asking me what case it was. It was not abortion related. We went in and we were seated, and the judges came in and seated, and no one was speaking yet. And then we stood up one at a time and made a little speech when the cops came and arrested us. So I just want to let you know that we didn't do anything bad to hurt, abortion. And here I am again at St. Pat's at age 73. The stakes are even higher today. Not only are women's lives in danger, if we let Roe v. Wade be reversed, how many other civil rights will go? Abortion on demand and without apology. Thank you.